How's everyone doing, people from all places and races? We are here once again for another episode of Rabbids, Fandom, and OCCURENCES. This time, discussing a topic that I've been very excited to talk about. A thing that is the driving force of many, if not all, of my projects, and that has to do with, of course, our dear and beloved Rabbids fandom. Let's see what it is. Inspiration. The thing that guides the lives of many artists. The thing that is the driving force for us to create and make things in our daily lives. The thing AI artists will never have no matter how hard they type. Inspiration is a thing that makes us do things we never thought possible. Stuff we would have only dreamed of and stuff that can inspire others along the way. But where does it come from? Where does it go? What causes it and what makes it go away? These are all questions that have millions of answers, and even if we had infinite knowledge, we could never mention them all because inspiration is something different for every single one of us. Taking that into account, I do believe I can share with you what inspires me. I don't know about you folks, but we do believe that the Rabbids fans are some of the most inspirational beings in the entire world. You ain't gonna find individuals that can motivate you to make amazing things, from drawing to making cosplays to acting and so much more. Every time I see one of these amazing fellas just being themselves, I smile and shout of joy. They bring happiness and peace to my soul that I couldn't even describe it with all the adjectives of the world. What they do inspires me to not only create, but to change. I've mentioned before in the very first video of this saga how fellows like Rayman and Apple have been the driving force of my projects, and how they are simply some wonderful and beautiful human beings who I love to pay tribute to every month in any way I can. But there's more to it than simple multiversal drawings and hilarious plush videos. Behind every single one of these wacky ideas, there's a person who is more than what people see at first glance. Let's talk about Franniel Martinez. What you may see at first glance is an individual who tends to act in a very childish manner, quite a grump, and most certainly very impulsive. He was a copy of Super Warrior Man, to put it simple. But I see something different. I see a hero, a legend, a guardian of everything that is good about this world. Kinda crazy, but it's the truth. You wanna know why I say all this? Because I've discovered over time who he really was. Spending time with him has not only been a delightful experience, but a learning one as well. He became to me, and eventually to everyone in the fandom, someone to look up to, someone to rely on, someone who we can call a brother. And that wasn't just cause I simply hung out with him and that's it. It's because he saw in himself what I saw in him and decided to become said thing. Not many of you know this, but Franniel is someone who helped me during a dark time. The dark era of the Rabbids fandom, to be exact. And ever since that day, I've been a true believer of everything he has ever done, and became not only a huge fan of his work, but of his entire being. And that is what takes us to this realization. Every single creation that has been done for this fandom has to do with a concept I have of every single one of these fellas. Every multiversal variant, crossover video, and story animatic has to do with a perception I have of these individuals thanks to their personalities and quirks. There are times where I want to do something to honor them for who they are, and there are times where I just want to try something new, and it's all thanks to them. They inspired me to create because I look up to them. And Fandom is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to making stuff about the Rabbids fandom. Just look at Willie, the square-headed lad, has tons of story to tell. Or what about Riley? Her sweet summer child innocence brings peace and harmony to us all. How about Razor's sense of justice, Rab's groovy ideas, Meg's wacky humor, and Cooper's silly attitude just inspires us to make great things. You see what I'm trying to say here? Who they are is what inspires me to do all this. And everything I've ever done was not only for them, but because of them. and I cannot express the gratitude I have for them existing in this weird and wild world. Remember, Rabbids fans, the world that we have here was because of you. And every time you're yourselves, it becomes better.